Hi, this is Travis with Deyeme Racing. Welcome to another one of our how-to videos. Today we have behind me Project Creeper, our 2019 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport. It has a 3.6 liter engine. Today we're going to be installing the K&N AirCharger high flow intake on the Jeep to complement the Deyeme Racing throttle body we've already installed. The AirCharger kit comes with the air filter, a high flow intake, and all the necessary attaching hardware to go with it, along with the new air box that it'll attach to. K&N claims about a 12 horsepower increase from the intake, and we've already installed a Deyeme Racing throttle body, so this should complement it nicely. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're ready to start with the installation. We're going to need a flat blade screwdriver, ratchet, probably short and long extension, a 10mm socket, a 4mm hex socket, and some torque sockets. And I've got all that handy already, so we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, first we're going to disconnect the crankcase vent line and then the electrical connector that goes on the intake tube, which is for the air intake temp sensor, I believe. There we go. Get that off of there. There we go. And then the air inlet temp sensor is right here. Squeeze the terminal, pull it away. There it goes. And you should probably go ahead and unclip that while we're at it. Okay, so we'll need a pry tool. A pry tool or even some snips will work if you can be careful not to accidentally snip it apart. We'll just get in there and work those up. There we go. And I'm going to set that out of the way for now. So next, go back to the 10mm socket here. I'm going to get the air box unbolted. Then the third bolt is maybe hiding from the camera view, but it's in plain sight right on the fender. Okay, we have another clip we need to get to first, and then we'll be able to pull the air box up and out of the way after loosening the worm gear clamp there on the throttle body. Let's work that up off of there. There we go. And then loosen the worm gear clamp. I'm going to get it plenty loose. I got enough room to wiggle that off. Make sure it's off of there. There we go. Okay, and now we will pull the intake free of the throttle body. It's going to be a little clumsy with these resonator shapes they have there. And then wiggle this up and out of here. There we go. Okay, and you'll see on the bottom there's rubber grommets that hold it on. It'll feel like there's more screws or something in the bottom of it, but you really don't need to take the air filter off. It's just these rubber plugs or grommets that are holding it in there. And we'll set the OEM intake out of the way. Okay, the next step after getting the air box out of the way. We're going to remove this here, and it's a little bit of a hassle to get to, but we need to get it out of the way. So we're going to remove the clips at the top that hold the grill on, take it off, get what we need out of there, and then put the grill back on again. We can use a flat blade screwdriver or a trim tool and get up under the notches there on the clip, pull it up enough to pull it up out of the way, and you can either take it apart into the two pieces or just pull it up enough that you can get the lower piece out. And repeat that for all 6 of them all the way across there. There's the 6 clips. Now it'll pull away at the top, and to get it off from the bottom, it's held in by clips that simply snap in during installation. So we're going to start from one side, pull them out, and just one at a time gently work those clips out of it. There we go. Kind of work over a little bit at a time. There we go. Well, I've got some of them off of there. There. All right. We'll be doing this again soon as we get one of those scorpion grills. Okay, so here's the clips that hold that on. All of them point straight toward the vehicle, so you have to pull them straight away to get them off. Now, I want to set this someplace nice for a minute. For the next step, we're going to be removing the brace on this side to get to the screws we need to access to get that snorkel out of there. 27 T30, and it'll be a T30 Torx. And we'll be putting this back on when we're done. We're only removing it just so we can access the fasteners we need. Okay. Set that out of the way. Let's see what's... Okay, and the snorkel inlet here be a T20. Okay. snorkel has to be snaked out of there a little bit. There's the 2 screws that hold it on. And another rubber grommet. Another rubber grommet at the bottom of it right there. Go ahead and slide that back on there for now. Okay, so with the snorkel removed, this panel here can stay right there. And we'll go ahead and put the brace back on there. Tight. On and tight. All right. Okay, with the radiator support brace back on, line these clips back up. I'm going to put a hand under here and watch the slotted holes and just sort of feel for the alignment. And then once I've got it in there, then start engaging them. I'm going to start in the middle here. There we go. And then work to one side and then to the other. There we go. Now we're on. And get the clips back on. Like the factory airbox, at the bottom the K&N is going to be held on by rubber grommets, and they'll need to be attached. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on. Go. There's flats on here to help you hold it still to get the screw tight. And I'm not going to clamp this on, I'm just going to hold it still a little bit. And keep in mind that you're fastening to plastic, not to thick metal, so you don't have to use a lot of torque to get it on and tight. Okay. Okay, those are on. Okay, the next step, get this out of the way. This insert is metal, but this is not. So when we get this on here, we do not want to over tighten it, just like we don't want to over tighten those. So there we go. And I will find a wrench that size. Or a socket if I have one long enough. Nope. Let's see. 20 or 19, looks like. So let's see which that is. 20 is pretty close. Okay. I just want it to be tight on there and sealed. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the air intake temp sensor here. Some non-conductive grease, some silicone. Hopefully that'll facilitate getting that in there because it's going to be a pretty tight fit. Alright. There we go. Alright, the next step is going to be to put the filter onto the intake tube. Make sure that's loose enough. I'm going to take a guess that orientation isn't going to matter a whole lot on here, except that it might make it a little easier to remove when it's time to wash it and oil it. Okay, there we go. Go. Nice and tight. That's on there. Okay, so now we'll get the air filter and air box installed on there. Looks like 4mm hex. Make sure we're pointing it the right way there. Yep. Okay. And to start with, I'm just going to install each one loose. There we go. Okay. Okay, and the air box should be just about ready to put in there. All right, let's get the air box turned around. Get these rubber grommets in here. Okay. And now I think we're ready to move back to the engine bay. Okay, now that the intake is ready to put on, we'll start by getting the hump hose onto the throttle body. There we go. Okay. Now we'll lay the air box in place. We're going to get it on the throttle body side first, and we'll line up the mounting location. Looks like a flathead screwdriver to help get the lip of the hump hose up over here might help a little bit. There we go. Okay, put on there. Okay, that's ready to put on. I'm not going to tighten that on just yet. Go ahead and bolt the air box down into position here. Go. That's on and tight. Make sure that's seated in there all the way. There we go. Okay. That's snug. Then we'll snap back on the crankcase vent tube. There we go. And the electrical connector for the air intake temp. Okay. That's on and tight. Okay, with everything on and tight here, there's that, and those. We'll go ahead and start it up. Okay, started up, it's running great, installation's complete. You can find the K&N AirCharger and many more items that we carry for the Jeep Wrangler on our website at www.dm-racing.com. Thanks.